Hello, fourth graders. So we're starting to have you do DGP, and I know that we often do this a little bit together in class. So it's my thinking that we can perhaps you try Monday and Tuesdays sentences to the best of your ability, and then about midweek we'll do a short little video like today to go over Monday and Tuesday, talk about Wednesday, and then you can try to finish the rest of the paper on your own, because I know in my class 4B, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the days I typically look at your own responses to grade them for your grade. After we have a little bit of an understanding of how the sentence works on Monday and Tuesday. Let's give it a try, shall we? You can have your grading marker in front of you. If you've made some mistakes, let's change it and let's see once if we can learn what we're doing. So on Monday, we have to identify each noun. I hope that you found that Charlotte's Web was a proper noun of a book. I hope that you also found book as a common noun over here at the end. And I hope that you realize whites is a possessive noun. If I were really writing it, I'd put an apostrophe in there. So how about next one? How about the pronouns? Well, you can see that the word I starts it, and that is called a nominative pronoun because it starts a sentence like the subject. Do we have any other pronouns? No, we do not. Next, find the verb. What is the I doing? Well, I am reading. Am is a helping verb, and reading is an action verb. Now, I also see the little verb of is. That is linking verb. It kind of stands alone. I also see which is an interesting little thing, which we should have caught with pronouns. Which is a pronoun. It's kind of representing this book, Charlotte's Web. So it's actually called a relative pronoun. So we can abbreviate that as RP, relative pronoun. The word most is a tricky one. I hope that you found that maybe that's an adverb. And what kind of book do we have? It's a famous book. So that is an adjective, right? I've got some tricky things in this sentence this week. Now Tuesday too, you can see that it's not a simple sentence. We'll figure out what kind of sentence it is on Wednesday. But it seems like a couple things are cooked together. I am reading Charlotte's Web, which is White's most famous book. On Tuesday, we have to try to underline the complete subject and write subject above the simple subject. So here we go. I, right, am reading Charlotte's Web, which, I'm going to kind of do something, I'm going to think that's more of like another subject word, which is White's most famous book. Now, this is my subject for the first part of my sentence. It's I. It's who or what the sentence is about. But we also have the kind of funny pronoun which is going to act as our subject as we write a different clause. Okay. And so I am reading. Let's see. We also have to find the tense. If you are am reading, it's actually technically called present progressive. Okay. And we also have is a present tense verb. And we do not have any prepositional phrases in this sentence. Okay. Now, my answer key says something kind of interesting. Because we have this really strange little word which, what is it talking about? What is White's most famous book? Charlotte's Web. So my answer key kind of puts an S on top of Charlotte's Web as well, because it's what which stands for. So it's a little bit confusing, but let's try to keep going and do our best. On Wednesday, so you're going to put brackets around the clauses. Now, did you notice that this sort of has two clauses? So I'm going to put a clause, my first thing, I am reading Charlotte's Web. That kind of sounds pretty good by itself. And because of that, it is an independent clause. But the second part of the sentence is also a clause, which is White's most famous book. Now that does not sound like a sentence all by itself. So therefore, it is called a dependent clause. Now, at the end of the sentence, tell what type of sentence it is. Well, it's certainly not a simple sentence, and I don't see the comma and, comma but, or comma or to make it a compound sentence. So when we have an independent and a dependent clause, we have a complex sentence. And in this case, it is declaring something. Your task is to now rewrite that sentence, remembering that sentences begin with a capital letter. Proper nouns are capitalized. It ends in punctuation. You do not, well, yes, you do. You could actually, it does show a comma after web, so there's a little hint. I didn't think it had one. So we're all learning things about this complex sentence. So your task going forward today is to complete Wednesday and write it and finish the week. My suggestion is just to keep this in your folder, and I hope that your teachers can collect it hopefully in a few weeks. So thank you. Take care.